All right, do we think that we're started?
Live.
We're
We're live.
already. Oh, good. I'm so happy we're live. Hey, everybody, welcome back.
Did we just lose you? Oh no. Okay.
I'm here. We're just dealing with stuff on our end. No, don't you worry.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure. Do you want me to go ahead? I can go ahead. My name's Ellen. I am a co-founder of Green Buffalo Productions. Madison was just talking. Madison Sudler. She is my other co-founder. We love doing this for you every week. The quarantine quarters. Sorry, every other week right now because we're so busy with Spooky 1X that I don't even know what day it is. Before we get started, we just wanted to address something really quickly at the top of the show. Madison and I, we just want to make sure that we are transparent with all of our listeners. A reader in 2 of the past Quarantine Quarters episodes actually has been accused of sharing photos of underage girls. Madison and I have a zero tolerance policy for such things, for sexual predators. This person is no longer welcome at Green Buffalo Productions, and the episodes have been removed from our Facebook videos because we refuse to give this person a platform in any way. We instead choose to stand with victims of sexual abuse, assault, and harassment. New and inclusive art is essential, but not at the expense of victims. We apologize to the playwrights featured in those now removed videos, and we will re-record and post those pieces to our page at a later date. Just another quick PSA, we did want to mention that there are only 3 plays tonight because we were unable to accurately cast one of the characters. Again, we're committed to inclusion and fair representation, and if we are unable to cast a character appropriately, we would rather just do it next time and find the right person. Just keep that in mind if you're submitting work to us. We'll be transparent with you, and we want to make sure that we represent everyone in the best way that we can.
Yeah, so hello, everyone. My name's Madison, and I am the other co-founder of Green Buffalo Productions. Thanks, Ellen, for those statements too, very eloquently put, and I would have just gotten angry and ranted for 100 years, so thank you so much for doing that. We did want to give a really special shout out to Layla Gentil and Zach Hattrick, 2 people that these quarantine quarters would not happen without. Layla's our first board member. She's also a local playwright, director, and actor in the area. And we have Zach, who is also a film director, theater director too, and actor, playwright, screenwriter, all of the above. Our pretty cool video guy. We would not be here without him. Something I did want to talk about too is we have a wonderful Patreon that is available now to everybody and anyone on the internet. So if you feel so inclined, you like what we're doing, you like our quarantine quarters, or you want some extra fun content from Green Buffalo, give us a like on Patreon. The link will be in the comments. So a couple of really fun things that you can get at any level will be some of our audio dramas. Right now we have the well liked from the Buffalo Theater Workshop, Almost Paradise, that I am still writing to this day. We're working on it slowly but surely. It is coming together at a $5 level. That's something that you can get. We are still looking for cast members. So if you are a woman in the Western New York area and you want to be part of this crazy large production that we're doing, shoot us a message at greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com. We have roles of all sizes still available. And we're really looking to work with as many people as we can for this project to make it as inclusive as possible. Also, we have coming up the Magic Skull Trilogy. Finally, a self-aware production that asks the really important questions such as what is reality and why use writing prompts. This was written by Sean Cheeky for the Quarantine Quarters. He wrote 3, and we are going to put them on. So that's another thing that you can get at I believe the $5 level for Patreon, and that will be coming to you soon. Also, if you want to do this before September 15th, if you sign up for Patreon, you're going to force me, Ellen, and Layla to do even more work than we do before. You'll get a personalized poetry postcard from Ellen and Layla. It's a one-time postcard that goes out to you at the $10 and up level. Also, at the $10 and up level, you will get some exclusive Paradise content once a month. Last month, we sent out the demo for our theme song that was written by the lovely Samantha Hill, who they can hear you clapping.
Yes, I know.
Who we
so proud of you.
Asked to write a lot of music. She and Sarah Hill also wrote and sang Once We Were Lost, which was the song in our 48-hour film project last year. And last but not least, we have our Spooky Film Festival coming up. We have a very fun perk for our Patreon members. If you're a Patreon member at the $5 level for 3 months, you don't have to pay for the spooky films in October. You'll just be getting them. How fun and cool is that for you? On top of that, if you were a $10 subscriber for 2 or more months, same thing. And a $15 subscriber for 1 month, same thing. And anything else above that, you will be getting the Spooky Film Festival without having to pay an extra fee. Also, at the only exclusive to Patreon for the same level, you will be getting a extra spooky film, a 7th spooky film, What's in the Box, backed by popular demand by Justin Pope, starring Nick Edwards and Ariana Lasting, who you will be hearing tonight, is something that we're offering only to our patrons. So please sign up for Patreon before October and get those fun spooky films. It's a festival that we really love. It's something that we refuse to not do because of COVID-19. So we're bringing it to you in a different way. And also, we're doing the 3rd little installment, What's in the Cabin, today. So that's super fun. Thanks, Justin, for all of your submissions and all of your hard work. Oh boy, I have to keep talking. Okay. So also next month, September 17th at 6 p.m., we're doing a virtual reading of 3 one-act plays that were written for our quarantine quarters by Catherine Schwebka, who is a dear friend of Green Buffalo and also a patron of Green Buffalo. We'll be reading The Weight of Living, Like No One Else, and Someday I Suppose, to give the writer feedback and discuss their work and try to make it better to either move it onto production or to continue writing for these characters or maybe expand a piece or two. If you're interested in being part of the Buffalo Theater Workshop, you can email us either at greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com or the Buffalo Theater Workshop @gmail.com with your work in progress. We accept anything under the sun that has to do with a script. So if that means a play, a one-act, several one-acts, screenplays, featured films, anything of the sort that would be underneath that umbrella, we do take and consider. This is a group of local professionals who just love what they do and love to read new work and want to see Buffalo writers and Western New York writers really thrive, especially in this time. Because once the theaters come back, we're going to need all sorts of fun plays. And wouldn't it be great if you already had your play workshopped? All right, I'm going to stop talking now, and I'm going to hand it over to Ellen to talk, give us another PSA about the Black Lives Matter movement. Ellen?
Hi. Yes, we haven't forgotten about this. Black Lives Matter is still an active movement that you can be a part of because we really need to make change in this country, and we can do it. Layla's going to share a couple things to this video, a couple links that you can follow for certain ways that you can actually make a change. One of those things is a website for Breonna Taylor to help arrest her killers, and there are some other things that you can follow for local work and the NAACP and ACLU, and just a little PSA, one thing you can do that's super easy, fun, and cool is to vote. So please do that, just anyone, because it's your right and you can do that. And if you need any help or want any tips or anything like that, please feel free to contact us at any time. We'd love to help you vote. And one more quick thing you can do to help make all of our voices heard from Green Buffalo's front is submit your work to What It Means to Be Human. That is a new, fun, and cool thing that we're going to try to do on a regular basis and help raise money in the Buffalo community by lifting new voices in the area. Lots of different kinds of creative submissions are allowed for this piece. So it's kind of vagina monologues adjacent, where there are a lot of different topics, but we're expanding it to not just women's stories, but stories of all kinds of people who face oppression. So please do write and submit for that project. The deadline is at the end of September, so you have a full month to get that into us. There's another thing that we have a deadline for at the end of September. Layla, do you want to talk about that?
Absolutely. So my name is Layla Gentil. I will be doing some of the stage directions, but I do want to talk to you guys about our call for full-length plays for the 2021 season. We are looking for a third play that will fit within our 2021 season. We are looking for BIPOC, people of the LGBTQA plus disabled writers. We are looking for writers from the Western New York area. I actually am very, very lucky and very privileged to be one of the playwrights and directors who will be going up in next season for Green Buffalo production. But I want to see more writers from our Western New York area who fit the bill. So come and join us. Submit your full-length plays. You can do so by going to Green Buffalo Productions .weebly.com. I'm actually posting the link right now in our comments. There's an open submission. We ask you to submit your 10 best plays from your script. We will review them, and then we will reach out to you if you are selected. So please, 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 absolutely submit yourself and see your work get produced by us. And now I'll be passing it on to myself because I'm actually going to be reading the first thing. Sorry, I forgot who was next. So I will be reading the first play that we are doing, which is What's in the Cabin by Justin Pope. I do want to remind everyone that the way our quarantine quarters go is that we send out 3 pieces of dialogue, 3 props, and 3 sets. All writers must use at least 1 piece of dialogue that we send them. They must use all 3 props, and they must use 1 of the sets that we assign. So for this week, the dialogue lines were, I'm holding onto something that isn't there anymore. I'm trying to be understanding, but you're making it impossible. And lastly, maybe all the stars in the skies are dreams. Our 3 props that must be used are a bucket, a lunchbox, and a box of cereal. And the sets that were supposed to be used were either a cabin in the woods, a tea shop, or a music festival. So look out for any of those things. It's kind of like playing bingo while listening to some wonderful plays. Anyway, I'm going to get started. Just want to make sure that I have everyone off and ready. Okay. I'm going to get started. What's in the Cabin by Justin Pope. It's a night filled with stars, the kind of night that should be the most tranquil. However, Lily sits at a table in an old cabin in the woods, knowing full well that this night certainly isn't. The cabin has a dusty feel, with an antique rug, a rustic couch, and a lamp. There is also a single chair sitting by its lonesome. Lily's covered in mud and cuts, and she's focusing intently on a small crystal-like object. She keeps looking back at the door, then back to the crystal. Eventually, she groans and slams the crystal to the desk.
Ugh! This is so... Ugh! I wish the instructions were more clear. Carol, where the hell are you?
Explosively, Carol bursts through the door and slams it. Almost on the brink of hyperventilating, she holds herself against the door. She's covered in more blood than mud. She holds a rusty chain in one hand and a lunchbox in the other. Lily shrieks.
Carol!
Lily! Bam! Carol and Lily yelp as an aggressive force pounds against the creaky door. Pound, pound, pound. A terrifying woman's voice in a low octave is heard from the other side. It's Kelsey.
You can't run. Open the damn door. Open the door. Carol. Lily, I know you're in there too. Open up.
Me. Tell me you're ready.
Does it look like I'm ready? I've been trying to figure out which side's the magic side or something. I do flowers, not crystals.
Hey.
What are you doing in there? You can't stay holed up forever. Nowhere is safe. You know that, don't you, Carol? Nowhere.
The things. Give me the stuff.
How about this door shut first?
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't do well under extreme pressure, like life or death stuff or... I am. Okay,
She fumbles around trying to figure out the best way to move the couch.
It's so heavy.
Lily, I can't to...
I'm trying. Ah!
Lily gets the couch to the door, and Carol helps her set it into place. They move away. The door is jammed.
Okay, good. Oh my god, that was insane. Are there windows here? Anything like that? Another place he can get in?
No, I looked. No windows. There's a chimney, but I doubt he'd climb through.
Don't give him any ideas. Just here, that stupid rusty chain in Fred's lunchbox.
That's Fred's? Why'd you grab that? You could have grabbed anything as long as he was always near it and it belonged to him. A favorite pen, a stick of his deodorant.
Okay? It isn't easy sneaking into his place after it's been locked up by the police. Besides, I know he brought this lunchbox to work every day, so it should work.
You know a lot about Fred, huh?
Yes, I know a lot about Fred. Okay, so can you just do the stupid crystal thing and finish this now?
All right!
Lily takes the lunchbox and chain.
I'm just trying to lighten the mood.
Serial killer pounding at our door!
Lily goes to put the two items into the bucket, then studies the crystal. Carol goes to sit in the chair, but quickly shoots up before she fully sits and backs away from it.
It's the chair. Fucking chair. I can't do it. I can't.
Yeah, definitely stay away from that. Haunted shit. Okay,
She points to a jar across the room.
would you grab me that jar of sulfur?
Carol does.
What's the sulfur for?
It's the last thing needed for the ritual. Actually, wait. I need you to kiss the crystal.
What?
Just do it!
Ugh, fine.
Carol kisses the crystal.
Great.
Lily puts the crystal into the bucket with the things and then pours the sulfur into it.
Carol, are you kissing crystals in there?
This rotten piece of...
Ignore him. He's trying to get to you.
She grabs something stick-like nearby and begins jabbing everything in the bucket.
I want to see. What are you guys doing in there? I think I'm coming in.
Kelsey's pounding gets harder and harder, and she starts to make her way in. Carol goes to push back.
Okay. It was... We summon thee who was once here to veer your presence over here? No, to appear, I'm pretty sure.
Lily!
We summon thee who was once here to veer your presence to appear. Commit to us a needed deed, we command you now, our souls to bleed. Auxilium nobis spiritus. Fred Benson!
A clap of thunder, and Kelsey bursts through the door, pushing the couch and Carol aside. She's purely covered in blood, and she wields an old gun. She looks twisted beyond twisted.
Let's dance.
Fuck you, Indigo.
Lily grabs an ornate cross with some powder on it on the table and rushes towards Kelsey, who raises the gun to her head. Lily presses the cross against Kelsey's head.
What? You think a little cross is gonna stop me? Vaporize me? Ain't nothing like that gonna do anything, you little bitch.
Kelsey grunts, but is frozen in a pose.
Why can't I move? What's happening?
This should hold him for a little bit. I covered it in the spices the witch doctor gave us, but only for a bit.
Not a problem. I can wait. Then I'll kill you. and kill you and kill you. Just let me pull the trigger.
So what do we do?
We wait.
But how do you know if it'll work?
If what will work, you putrid whores?
Another clap of thunder, and Fred trips and falls from offstage into the room, dropping a box of cereal he was eating from. There is a bullet hole in his forehead, a terrible injury. He grunts and slowly looks up at his surroundings.
Oh, jeez, come on! I was just eating that ghost cereal. Now it's all over the... What? Carol? Oh my god, Carol! And Lady with Cross. And... Oh, that girl's possessed. So possessed. Kind of like you were, Carol. Is this a cabin? Oh, shit. Am I in the new Evil Dead remake?
Frederick, oh my god. Fred, you're...
We aren't on a movie set, Fred Benson. You are Fred Benson, right?
Hey there, Frederick. You look well.
Is that...
It's Indigo. Old Indigo, the one that possessed me, the one in the box.
He's the old serial killer that possessed me after Carol, then had me dig up his chain from his dungeon, the one in the wall.
Then when Lily's body got too weak, he possessed her friend Kelsey. He was going to use his chain and his chair in a ritual to permanently possess her. He brought the chair here to a cabin where he used to keep his other victims, but we
drove him out and came in here to end it all. A witch doctor gave us a crystal that could trap Indigo's soul for eternity. We just needed the 2 artifacts he was going to use for the ritual, so...
One of us had to get the chain from him since he already had the chair here. We decided that I'd go because I'm the more courageous one.
Well, there were other reasons.
Fred, after he possessed Kelsey, he went out to kill 5 people before coming here. 5 people! He's got to be stopped, and we need your help.
Wow, wait. You need me? For what? You shot me in the head, Carol. I'm pretty sure I'm dead.
No, Fred, no. I didn't shoot you. Indigo did.
Did I?
Yeah.
So, it really wasn't you who killed me. It was Indigo.
Fred, I would never do anything like that. Never. I was possessed.
This is nuts. I thought things were wild before, but now...
Okay, great, Fred. You're all cut up. Look, my arm's getting a little tired, and I kind of really hate having my best friend point a gun at me, so listen up. The crystal in the bucket on the desk. I need you to grab it.
Grab it? I can't do that. I'm incorporeal, ethereal. I can't touch things as a ghost.
Well, if I did the ritual right, according to the crazy witch lady, you can touch the crystal. You have to.
I'll give it a try.
Fred, please hurry. We don't know how much time we've got.
Fred makes his way to the bucket and reaches inside. He pulls out the crystal. It shines in his hand.
Oh.
Oh, don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Since you were his first victim when he was possessing somebody, you have to be the one to... He's starting to fight back.
What do I do?
We need you to take the crystal to her head once we say so.
Not now?
Not yet.
Now.
Now?
Oh, not now.
No, now.
Kelsey breaks free from the cross's grip and whips Lily with the pistol, knocking her out.
Shit.
Oh no, is it now?
Fred, I love you, but wait a fucking second.
You love me?
You can't stop me. No matter what rocks you find at your local spiritual store, my hatred is too strong. My passion is too driven. Even now, it's all coursing through Kelsey's veins. You can't do anything, so just sit back, relax, and take the bullet.
Kelsey fires the gun once at Carol, but she ducks and dives behind the old chair, keeping her whole self as obscured by it as possible.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Can't shoot your haunted chair, dipshit, or your whole ritual's over.
There's a simple solution to this, actually.
Kelsey approaches Carol as she keeps circling the chair, attempting to remain shielded by the chair. They keep circling the chair like a cat and mouse.
Hold still, brat.
Why don't you her, huh? Push the chair. Do it. Push me. Maybe break it a little, too.
bitch.
Lily.
Fred,
Oh.
Fred heads
Li-
to Lily.
Lily. Lily, your name's Lily, right?
Huh? What?
There's a gunshot, jerking Lily awake and forcing Fred's eyes back to Carol, who herself is shocked.
Close one, but not close enough. That's my chair. That's my chair.
Carol!
Carol looks to Lily and she nods. Carol continues to shield herself, but this time she pushes the chair towards Kelsey, as well as towards Lily, who grabs the chain.
Back the hell up. Hey, back up.
It's your chair. It's your chair, so why don't you sit in it?
Lily pushes Kelsey with all of her might into the chair, sits on her, and presses the chain against her chest, almost like a brace.
Gah!
Fred!
What?
Now, do it now!
This is for shooting me in the head, you old... That's not my line.
This is for shooting in the head, you old bastard.
Fred presses the crystal against Kelsey's head. She screams and she screams, feeling the burn. Finally, Kelsey drops limp into the chair. It's quiet.
Did that do it?
I think so. I think...
A broad, scary male's voice booms from somewhere.
Let me out. Let me out. Damn you. Damn you. Roar!
It definitely worked.
Lily climbs off of Kelsey.
Wow, alright. So what now? Do I get to go back to the afterlife now?
Oh, about that. I'm not sure how to tell you this, so I'll just say it flat out. The summoning ritual, it's brought you back to the land of the living. Forever.
Forever.
I'm really sorry.
You, Fred, and only you. You were the first post-death victim. We couldn't have stopped Old Indigo unless we...
No, I get it. I really do. This hole in my head is proof that I understand completely what kind of monster he is. So let's just move on to the next thing. The crystal. What's up with it?
I guess we just bury it, right?
We could bury it.
I'm not sure if it should get buried. What if somebody finds it one day? Then maybe they'll find a way to get old Indigo out. We don't want that.
Odds of that seem pretty low, but...
He's right. I'm not taking any chances.
So, should we destroy it?
No, that might set him free, right? I think it has to be protected, guarded, and... I'll do it. I've lived with his soul in a box for a while, so I can do this.
I don't know where we are. You sure?
Yeah, Carol, I'm not so positive that's the best idea.
Nothing happens. He needs to stay in the crystal, and I wouldn't trust anyone to do it but myself.
Kelsey begins to wake up.
Lily? That you? And what, Carol? I thought you were missing. We thought you were dead, or worse, like, oh God.
Kelsey boats up and rushes to the bucket, vomiting in it.
Kelsey! You got your lunch all over Fred's lunch.
I'm just glad she's all right.
I'm good. Whose lunch?
Are you sure you're good, girl?
Wait, am I covered in blood?
It's all right. It's not your blood, so it's cool.
Kelsey vomits into the bucket again, and Carol sees something.
Oh, here we go.
Carol takes a small cardboard box she sees by the table and places the crystal inside.
I'll keep it here, like a cage.
She places the box on the table.
Lily, Kelsey, you two should go. Go to the police and tell them what's happened here.
While they discuss, Kelsey perks her head up and a strange look spreads across her face, a face of revelation. She heads to the box and quietly removes the crystal. She attempts to sneak out with it by making her way to the door.
Hold on, Carol. The police will arrest Kelsey then, right? Since Indigo killed those people while using her body? The police seem like the wrong option.
Then you could just go back home and pretend it never happened, right?
But what about you? I don't want to forget you, or leave you behind, or anything like that. We were all in this together, and together we finished off the old man. once and for all.
Lily
Right.
turns to Kelsey.
Right, Kelsey?
Kelsey points her gun at Lily and fires straight into her skull. Lily drops.
Whoa.
Carol pulls her own gun and the two girls face each other.
You had a gun the whole time?
Wasn't gonna kill Kelsey, Fred, but now.
Why Kelsey?
I don't know what came over me. It just felt so right. And all the blood suddenly feels so calming.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh no, I think Indigo was in her for too long.
Ha ha. Look at the way you hold that gun, Carol. Doesn't it feel familiar?
Fred and Carol look at each other.
I don't feel like myself anymore. Is it the shock? No. It's just me. I'm not me anymore. And if I keep pretending to be me, then I'm holding on to something that isn't there anymore.
No way.
And it's not like I wanted to kill my best friend, but everything around me was just telling me to. It just felt so necessary. And I think your death does too, Carol.
Kelsey starts a slow laugh, starting to realize what's going on.
You're telling me
If Indigo was in there for too long, there's gotta be a residual trace of him left. Looks like he's just part of her now, like it was inevitable.
Like it was inevitable? Like it was a fail-safe backup plan? Like how you're too much of a coward to shoot a living person, Carol? Like how I could have someone to continue to kill, torture, and pillage in my name? Like how the old Indigo legacy will live on forever?
Indigo and Kelsey laugh. In the middle of it all, Carol fires, putting a hole in Kelsey's head.
Carol, what?
Wait, no, you weren't supposed to do that. How could you have done that? She was living. You saved her only to kill her?
it was obvious that killing her would prevent more murders, so yeah, what a terrible plan. Staying in that cardboard box forever. That's where your legacy will end.
She takes the crystal from the twitching Kelsey.
No, hold on. You bitch. Wait!
Carol puts the crystal back into the box and closes it. She sits down in the chair with a mile-long stare.
Carol, you alright? Carol.
Frederick,
Fred.
I know.
Cool with sitting in that chair?
Nothing will happen now, so you cool with being a ghost forever?
I was gonna be a ghost whether you summoned me or not, so I don't have much of a choice.
Sorry.
Don't be. What now?
Now, I'm going to stay here forever. I'll bury the bodies, I'll clean up the place, I'll stay out of the eyes of the world, and nobody can know what's transpired here, or else we risk it happening again. Nobody can know what's in the cabin.
You're gonna spend the rest of your life here.
Yeah, I think I am. I think I have to.
Then you won't mind me if I spend the rest of my afterlife here, right?
You've got anywhere else to be?
Nope. Might as well watch over what's in the box with you.
So it's just us again. Two messed up souls.
Fred grabs his box of ghost cereal and sits on the floor next to Carol. He starts to eat.
Care for some ghost cereal?
No thanks. Not too hungry after all the death.
That's cool. Besides, if you ate some of this, that would make you a serial killer.
Way too soon, Frederick. The tooest of soonest it could be.
She looks at him and she laughs.
Well, maybe a hug would help?
Deja vu.
Just trying to help.
You're a sweet guy, Frederick.
And you're a sweet, girl, Carol.
I'd ask you if you want to grab a shovel and really help me out, but...
Incorporeal. Yeah, but I'll keep an eye on the box.
Carol looks at Fred.
Despite it all, it's good to see you again, Fred. So good.
You're telling me.
Let's make the most out of the next bunch of decades. It'll be treacherous, sneaky, and even sometimes sinister ourselves.
But we'll have each other.
You, me, and what's in this stupid box.
We'll be okay.
The end. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for the first reading of our Quarantine Quarters number 17. Yeah.
Ooh.
So I'm going to hand it over to Ellen.
Thank you, Layla. Yeah, that was some deja vu for sure, right, guys? Because we just filmed What's in the Box last weekend, and some of those lines are exactly the same. Thanks for reading them again. Everyone should be on because it's all the same people. Let me read out the parts for Steeped in Fear. But before we do want to just recognize all those awesome patrons we have.
I was just about to say.
I was like, let me interrupt myself real quick. We have a big old list here. One of them, our first and lovely patron, Catherine Trebka, who was featured in the Buffalo Workshop this month. The next, Ryan Schlia, Sean Lewis, Sean Cheeky, same person, Wayne Conover, Leslie Cairns, Sarah Henderson, Zoe Curiozis, Deanna Harlock, Leslie Lesterman, and Kelly Booth. All of these people have been working with us for quite some time, and now they're patrons. So you can do one or both of those things, and you could be a patron. You can write some stuff, and you can be a part of Green Buffalo Productions because we love you, and I hope you love us. I don't know why I sounded like a TV announcer there. Let's get going with Steeped in Fear by Kelly Booth. All right. Jody will be played by Sarah Hill, Adam by Nick Edwards, Madam Sophia Cartnell by Aaliyah Jane Peel, and I will be reading stage directions. Lights up on a whimsical little tea shop on a street in the East Village of New York City. Looking into the window, the shop carries a feeling that more goes on here than meets the eye. It is a chilly evening in late fall, and the sun is set. We hear the typical noises of the city. At Rise, we see Adam scooping out a spot on the sidewalk, preparing to panhandle. Behind him enters his partner, Jody, who is laden down with a number of items, including a backpack, cardboard signs, a ratty blanket, and a tin bucket. Adam is empty-handed.
This is good. Set up here.
Jody hesitates for a moment to catch her breath.
I said, set up, damn it. We're not going to make any money with you standing around looking like an idiot.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Jody drops everything to the ground and begins to set up camp. As she is straightening the blanket on which they will sit, she accidentally steps backward onto the backpack and a loud crunch is heard. Adam shoves her hard.
What the hell are you doing? You're so fucking stupid. All we've got to eat is in that bag. You're such a fool. I don't even know why I put up with you.
I'm sorry. I'm stupid and clumsy, and I don't think.
You know, I'm trying to understand, but you're making it impossible. I ought to send your ass packing.
I'm sorry, Adam. Please forgive me. I'll do better.
Yeah, that's what you always say. Let's go. Get back to work.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Shaken, Jody finishes adjusting the blanket and places their signs, "Please help, out of work and starving," and "Please, can you spare a dime? We are homeless and hungry." She puts the tin bucket with a few coins already positioned inside at the front of the blanket, and they sit down on the blanket, the backpack between them. This is obviously their nightly routine.
There. Was that so hard? You would think by now that you would know the routine. Now, look pathetic. Not that you have to try hard. We need to bring in as much as we can tonight. It's the beginning of the month. Folks got a little extra in their pockets, and I want it.
They sit for a bit. Every once in a while, with an imaginary someone approaches them, and they ask if they can help by sharing some change. Some are generous and others are not. We see by their faces if it was a positive or negative interaction.
Thank you, sir. We really appreciate it.
The imaginary donor leaves.
What the hell?
What? He gave us $10.
Because you were flirting with him.
What? No, I wasn't. Adam, I promise you I wasn't. I just smiled so that we could get the money. That's all, I swear.
You were flirting with him, you little whore.
He stands up and pulls her to her feet by the collar and pulls her into him so their faces are really close.
Now listen here, slut.
Adam, please, I can't breathe. You're hurting me.
He pulls her closer in and she starts to cry.
Shut up. I tell you when you can speak.
I'm sorry, please. I won't do it again. Please don't hurt me.
You will never learn, will you?
He raises his hand to slap her, but she braces. At the moment, there is a tinkling of shop bells, and the door to the tea shop swings open, and Madame Cartnell strides boldly out. She is dressed in an old-fashioned Victorian garb and carries herself appropriately. Adam turns and realizes he has been caught and slowly lowers his hand while breaking into a smile, turning on the charm.
Everything all right out here?
Evening, ma'am. Oh yes. Thank you for checking on us. All is well here. My girl here was choking, and I was just about to give her the good old Heimlich.
Jody plays along.
I think it's gone. Thank you, baby. You saved my life yet again. I don't know what I would do without you.
She plants a kiss on his cheek and smiles at Madame Cartnell.
Hope you don't mind us setting up shop here on this little sidewalk. Just trying to earn a few pennies to get us some real supper.
He reaches into the backpack and pulls out a crushed box of cereal.
This is all we've had inside for a week now, and we're mighty hungry.
It is no problem. It is a free sidewalk inside of a free country.
We really appreciate that, ma'am. We don't take up too much space, and we'll be real quiet and respectful.
I have no doubt that you will. Carry on.
She turns to re-enter the shop and casts one more glance at Jody, who is shivering on the blanket, either from cold or fear. We see an idea pass the face of Madame Cartnell, and she alters her demeanor significantly.
Poor child, are you cold?
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Really, darling, you're shivering.
Oh, she's fine. Tough little girl she is.
He makes a big show of putting his arm around her.
Besides, she's got Papa Bear to keep her warm, right, baby?
Right, my love.
You must understand, I cannot allow the two of you to sit out here in this chilly temperature while I am warm and snug inside, and not at least share a little bit of the warmth of the tea in my shop. Please, allow me to take this sweet one inside for just a few moments and help her to warm up. I have an extra sweater or two in the back, and will return her to you none the worse for wear with a couple of hot mugs of tea for your trouble. Will warm you right down to your toes. Come to think of it, I may very well be able to put together some sandwiches and a basket of other goodies as well.
Jody is delighted by the prospect, but Adam jumps in.
Thank you, ma'am, but we're fine right here with our cereal.
Oh, please, Adam.
Adam says with a glare in her direction.
I said we are fine. Now, if you will excuse us, we have a job to do.
Well, in that case, you will need to do it somewhere else. Pack up and move on.
Are you serious?
As a heart attack. I refuse to stand by and have my kindness thrown back in my face.
Jesus Christ.
Jody pulls him softly to the side and whispers,
Babe, she's a lonely old lady who needs some company. I'll just be a few minutes and we'll come back with whatever she will give. It'll make her feel good and help us work better if we are warm.
After a long pause, to Madame Cartnell.
My lady here has convinced me to graciously accept your generosity. Thank you. A warm drink would be much appreciated on a nippy night such as this.
I am glad you have seen the error of your ways. Come inside, beautiful one.
As Jody moves toward the door, Adam grabs her arm.
Ow!
Only 10 minutes, you hear me? Remember who you belong to and what you're here to do.
Adam sends him a steely glance, and he drops her arm and smiles.
Just letting my little honey bun know how much I'll miss her when she's gone. 10 minutes. I'm counting.
Come.
Madam and Jody enter the tea shop with a tinkle of bells behind them. We see Adam continue his routine outdoors, intermittently shoving a handful of cereal into his mouth. The scene turns to inside the shop, where Jody is awed by the sights, sounds, and smells that await her.
Oh, this place is heavenly. It smells like hope.
Yes, it does. There's a great deal of hope to be found within these walls, more than you can ever imagine.
Jody closes her eyes and inhales deeply.
So delicious.
Yes, yes, dear, take it all in. But first, time for proper introductions. My name is Madame Sophia Cardinal, proprietor of the shop, and resident of Tassiographer.
Cassie, what?
Tassiographer, meaning I practice the art of tassiography, or reading tea leaves.
Oh, I've heard about that, but I've never seen it done.
Well, perhaps we shall have time for a brief reading.
I don't know. Adam said only 10 minutes.
And do you always do what Adam says?
Well, yeah, I guess. He is my partner, for life.
I see.
Oh, he's harmless. He's all talk.
Really? Didn't seem all talk when he was near choking you out there.
Oh, you saw that. He's just protective of me, and sometimes he loses his temper because I'm stupid and I make a lot of mistakes.
Mistakes? How so?
Oh, I drop things and break them, stupid stuff. I'm not real smart and very clumsy.
Does he tell you that?
What?
That you're not real smart?
Yeah, well, sometimes, but only when I deserve it.
Deserve it?
When I do stupid things. The rest of the time, he's real sweet.
I see.
Oh, I know what you're thinking, that he's an abuser, but I promise you that's not the case. He just has a hot temper and likes people to stay in their lane. I forget and do stupid things like flirt with other guys, and it makes him mad. I just have to do better and remember not to do it.
I see. Where are you from?
Oh, Jody. I'm Jody. South Carolina. Came up here to the city for college and never looked back.
And your family, are they still in South Carolina?
Oh, yes. Mama and Daddy and the rest of the kids, but I don't see them much. Adam says I'm his now, and I don't need anybody else. It's real protective. Every once in a while, when he goes out with his buddies, I sneak off down the street and borrow the clerk's phone at the corner store to call home. Don't tell Adam. He'll be real mad.
You have nothing to worry about. Your secret is safe with me.
She places a hot mug of tea in front of Jody.
There you are, my dear. That will warm you to your toes.
Thank you. It's for everything. Sometimes I really wish my life had turned out differently. But it is what it is, I guess.
You can always change your circumstances, you know. Nothing is forever if you don't want it to be.
Adam says that no matter how mad he gets, he loves me more than anyone else ever could, and that we're stuck with one another forever.
But is that what you want?
I don't know. I don't have any other options.
We all have options, sweetheart. If you could go anywhere and start over doing anything, what would you do and where would you go?
That's a hard one. I think I'd go home. Go back to somewhere nearby my family and find someone sweet, with a mild temper and start a family. raise them the good old-fashioned way.
That's a beautiful thought. Let's make it come true.
What? How? Adam would never let me go.
What if he doesn't know?
He knows everything. He always knows everything. I'd better get back outside before he gets mad.
What if I told you that I have a friend that can take you out of here without Adam ever knowing and see that you make it back to your family in South Carolina safely by tomorrow? Adam will never find out, and you can have the fresh start you so richly deserve.
Jody ponders it.
Jody, sweet Jody, you are beautiful and smart and kind, and the world is before you. You don't need to stick to a piece of garbage like Adam to prove your worth. You don't need him or his abuse. I am offering you right now a clean getaway, to vanish into thin air, never to be seen by the likes of that horrible man ever again.
He used to be so kind. I'm holding on to something that isn't there anymore, aren't I? It would be so good to see my family. Daddy's been sick. Kids are growing up. Mama would be so happy to have me by her side again.
Now you're talking, come.
Madame parts a curtain in the back of the store and reveals a little table with 2 chairs.
Sit. It's time to read the leaves and reveal the fortune that is coming to you.
What do I do?
Nothing. You just watch.
Madame takes Jody's half-drunk mug of tea and swirls it around before she puts the saucer on top, tips it over, and lets the liquid drain out. The saucer is left with an array of leaves in a pattern that she settles in to read.
Ah, there.
What?
It's all there in the leaves.
What do they say?
They say that it is time for you to make a move, a bold move to change your destiny and alter your life. You are at a crossroads, see? And you are being handed a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to switch course. See here, happiness awaits you. You just need to reach out and grab it.
Wow. All that and some little tea leaves.
That and so much more. The leaves never lie.
Jody, get your ass back out here. It's been long enough already.
Coming, I'm using the bathroom.
Well, hurried up already.
Please, help me. I am ready to go and never look back. I can't do this anymore. He is a horrible man who hurts me and has made me forget that I even have any worth without him in this world. I want out now, please. I promise I will never look back.
Those words are just what I needed to hear.
She presses a button and pulls out a small lunchbox from under the counter.
Here. Inside is some food for your journey and cash tucked away to help you get started. I'm very proud of you. My card is also inside, in case you should ever need anything else.
Another figure appears at the door dressed in black with a friendly face.
Ah, good. Right on time. Jody, this is my sister, Cassie. Cassie has her automobile out back and will drive you home. If you leave now, you can reach South Carolina by tomorrow at sundown.
Jody takes one last look at the back of Adam talking to a passerby on the sidewalk. She glances up to the sky that is now filled with stars.
Oh, look! The stars are out. So beautiful. Maybe all the stars in the skies are really dreams.
That they are, my dear. That they are.
I'm ready.
Madam reaches in and gives her a hug and pulls back, looking into her eyes.
Dear, dear girl. Never forget how beautiful, smart, and kind you are. You deserve all the happiness the world has to offer. Never settle for less. Never.
Thank you. Nobody has ever been so kind as you have. I promise I will take back my life. I won't let you down.
I know. Now go before we have trouble on our hands.
Cassie and Jody quickly disappear out the back door as Madam holds her breath and waits for the sound of the car to drive away. Then she relaxes and exhales.
Bless her, she is finally safe.
She turns toward the front of the shop and walks out to the front door, locking it quickly, turning the side to close and extinguishing the lights. Adam notices, looks up and runs to the door. They hold eye contact through the glass, and he realizes. Madam turns, walking away as he falls to his knees.
Jody, I'm sorry. Don't leave me. I need you.
Lights fade slowly on Adam, broken on the sidewalk. Blackout. Thank you so much for reading that play, everybody. I apologize for anyone who was listening that might have been a little bit triggered by that. I realize now we should have probably put a trigger warning on the beginning of that play. It was a little rough. But thank you anyway for reading and listening.
And thank you, Kelly, for writing another play for us. If you want to be part of the quarantine quarters, we will be having prompts go out next Friday. And then in September, I believe we're going back to doing it weekly. So we're looking for writers from anywhere to write for us. You get 48 hours to write a play. Email us at greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com if that's something that's interesting to you. And if you want to give it a try. Also, if you want to be an actor or a reader, we're always looking to work with new people, and you can email us, obviously, at greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com when after this, immediately, and be put on a list of people to act for us next time. Before we get started on the last one, I wanted to, plug it once again. Ellen remembered before I did. Our wonderful patrons, that's Katie Schwebka, Ryan Schlia, Sean Cheeky, Wayne Conover, Leslie Cairns, Sarah Henderson, Zoe Curiazis, Deanna Hariluck, Leslie Lesterman, and Kelly Buth, we just read her play. All at different levels. Every little bit counts. This is what's keeping us going during the pandemic. We use it to help pay actors. We use this money to rent storage space, to rent space out in the area because we do not have our own space yet. Eventually, we're hoping that the Patreon can help us get a space that is our own. But yeah, every little bit helps, and you get some pretty cool stuff, and we can't wait to bring you guys live theater. But until then, we're trying our best to do everything else under the sun to keep you entertained during this troubling time. All right, moving on to our very last play of the evening. This is Schism by Jeff Dunn. And let me take a look at my actor list over here. We have Eve being played by Ariana Lasting, Mark being played by Kyle Phillips, and Catherine being played by Sarah Hill. If I could just see my people unmute themselves.
Nick needs to mute.
Okay, let's get started. Eve is sitting at a table in a small wooden cabin. There's a rattle at the door, and she jumps up.
Mark?
Mark enters.
Hi, Evie.
There's an awkwardness between them, a desire to hug, but they aren't really sure, so they don't, and just look at each other.
You look beautiful. You haven't changed a bit.
You like?
She turns to show off her outfit.
You know I do.
It's a little much for the cabin, huh?
It's perfect. It's good to see you, Eve. Really good.
I wasn't sure you'd come.
If I'm being honest, I wasn't sure I'd come either.
I know it must be difficult for you. It's been so long, and
It's not easy, you know?
What did you tell her?
Nothing. What could I say? That I'm still in love with you? Catherine doesn't want to hear that.
Of course, but if you just vanish without saying anything,
I told her that I needed to get away, reconnect with my past for the weekend, work through some things.
Oh, Mark, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Don't be. I'm glad I came. Seeing you it's like a warm comforter on a cold night.
It's been cold, my love. Cold and lonely.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't come sooner.
I understand. You have a new life now.
I still think about you every day. I miss you so much.
You want to hear something funny? Sometimes I still make lunch for you. I mean, I know you can't.
I still walk in the park in Trevor Heights. Not as often these days, but at least once or twice a week. I imagine that I'm walking there with you. I stare up and remember when we talk of myths and the constellations. I still remember that first walk. Do you remember that?
Oh, of course I do.
I said that I couldn't believe that you were actually with me.
You said you thought I wasn't real. You called me a dream and that I was sent from the heavens.
And you said that maybe all the stars in the skies are really dreams. Just dreams that were waiting for the right dreamer to come by. And
And then you kissed me.
funny, that's not how I remember it. I think you kissed me.
Maybe it was a little bit of both, but
They stare at each other, awkward and unsure of how to proceed. Eventually, Eve says,
I brought you a present.
a present? What on earth?
Close your eyes.
Eve gives him a look, but then does. Mark goes outside and gets a box of cereal with a bow on it. He brings it in and puts it on the table.
Okay.
Fruit Loops. My favorite.
I know. Your favorite lunch.
That's sweet.
They laugh together. This is a long-standing inside joke.
Funny you should bring that. I actually made you lunch today too. I wasn't sure you, well, you know, but I hope that on our anniversary you'd,
How could I not?
it's probably still edible. Would you like it?
Of course I would.
I'll get it.
Eve exits, and Mark wanders the cabin, reminiscing. After a few moments, there's a sound of someone approaching, and then the door opens, and Catherine enters.
Catherine? What are you... How did you...
I followed you. What are you doing out here?
Nothing.
Catherine walks over to the table, looks at the cereal.
Fruit Loops? With a bow? Doesn't look like nothing.
Look, I just needed some time to be alone.
Doesn't look like you're here to be alone, either.
You can't understand.
Those are for you then, right? Fruit Loops for one, no bowl? Or is that bucket supposed to be the bowl? Here,
Catherine grabs the bucket and slams it on the table.
enjoy.
You don't understand.
You don't understand. You can't understand. Is that all you can say? Because I think I'm being pretty understanding. I think I'm being a hell of a lot more understanding than most wives would be. But I'll tell you something, Mark. My understanding is wearing out. Now, do you want to tell me just what the hell you're doing in a rundown cabin in the middle of nowhere?
Eve enters from behind Catherine. She's carrying a lunchbox and approaches slowly.
You're right. You're right. There's something I should have told you.
At this point, Eve is passing Catherine. She walks between them, and we realize that Catherine can't see her.
Told you a long time ago, but I don't know. I just couldn't.
Eve places the lunchbox on the table.
It's all right, Mark. Tell her. You have to tell her.
I don't think you'll understand.
I'm trying, Mark. I'm trying to be understanding, and you're making it impossible. How can I understand what you won't even tell me?
Go on.
It's Eve.
Eve,
Yes.
you're holding on to the past because it hurts. I get it. But Mark, it's the past. It's over. If you want to have a future, you have to let go.
You say that, but
What?
you say that I'm holding on to something that isn't there anymore. But the thing is,
Mark,
I'm not sure.
Tell her, my love. She deserves to know.
She's not gone. She's here.
Mark,
I know you're thinking I'm crazy. I know. But it's just not a metaphor. She's here. Here, in this cabin, with us right now. I can see her, hear her.
I see. And what am I supposed to say to that? What are you telling me? That you want to stay here? That you want what?
I don't know. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I expect you to say. I love you. I love you so much, but I love her too.
Look, Mark, believe it or not, I do understand, at least a little. I mean, I know I'll never really understand what it was like for you to lose her, and so tragically, but I do understand the need to hold on. But I have needs too,
I know.
and my needs are real.
I know.
And what I need most of all is for you to stop trying to live in two worlds. That's not unfair of me, is it?
Love, you won't leave me, will you?
No.
I can't live with half a husband. You have to make a choice.
I love you so much. You know that you're everything to me, don't you?
I know.
Mark faces forward towards the table, Eve on one side and Catherine on the other. He reaches out and picks up the cereal box, and then looks back and forth between the two women. Blackout. All right, ending it off on a cliffhanger. That's how we do it here at Green Buffalo. And if you want to keep hearing plays like this, if you want to keep seeing fun work like this, give us a nice little shout on Patreon, or you can write us a review on Facebook, which is a free thing I guess you can do. Or you can participate in the Quarantine Quarters, which is also a free thing you can do. Before we go, just another quick thank you to Katie Schwebka, Ryan Shlia, Sean Cheeky, Wayne Conover, Leslie Cairns, Sarah Henderson, Zoe Curiazis, Deanna Hariluck, Leslie Lusterman, and Kelly Buth. Again, every little bit helps. Thank you guys so much for supporting us throughout this pandemic. We really appreciate it. If that's everything, then we're ready to go. Ellen, if you're trying to say something, you're on mute.
Oh, I wasn't, but I can. Thank you for listening, everybody. Just wanted to mention you could do Facebook reviews, or you could also do Google reviews. Those are both free things, and we like both of those things. Or just tell us to our faces that you like us, and that would be fine too.
Maybe not.
But
it's a pandemic.
yeah, but make sure you have a mask on if you're saying that to my face. That's what I have to say. All right. Well, we'll talk to you guys later. Please get on our list for reading and writing, and just keep following us.
See you next time.
Goodbye.